Most new guitar players start off playing chords with strumming patterns, and strumming patterns are great, but you can really round out your skills if you learn fingerstyle patterns too. Fingerstyle patterns might look complicated at first, but they're really not too tricky once you break them down. I'm going to show you 2 fingerstyle patterns to help get you started. These patterns are in 4/4 time. Before we get into our first fingerstyle pattern, let's talk about labels for your right hand fingers. In fingerstyle guitar, P stands for your thumb, I stands for your index finger, M stands for your second finger, and A stands for your third finger. And we don't really label the pinky because we don't use the pinky very much in fingerstyle playing. Your first finger, or I, is going to rest under the third string. Your second finger, or M, is going to rest under the second string, and your third finger, or A, is going to rest under the first string. The first finger, or I, is going to play the third string only by plucking upwards. And in these patterns, each finger is going to be on its own string. Second finger, or M, plays the second string only by plucking upwards, and the third finger, or A, is going to play the first string only by plucking upwards. Your thumb, or P, is going to rest on the sixth string. And while each finger is responsible for just the one string, the thumb, or P, is going to pluck downward on the fourth, fifth, or sixth string, depending on whether a chord has 4, 5, or 6 strings in it. Also notice that my thumb is pointing away from my fingers a little bit. You want your thumb to be outside your fingers so they don't get in the way of each other. Now that we have our finger labels and our home position straight, it's time to get to our first fingerstyle pattern. This is P-I-M-A, or Pima. The first fingerstyle pattern most people learn is thumb 1, 2, 3, or P-I-M-A. With this pattern, you'll play P-I-M-A. That's on an E minor. So I'm playing on beats 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that pattern takes up one measure of 4/4 time. My thumb is playing the sixth string on this E minor chord because it's a 6-string chord. The G major chord is also a 6-string chord, so my thumb will still be playing the 6th string. The C is a 5-string chord, so my thumb is going to move to the 5th string, but my 3 fingers keep playing those same strings, 3, 2, 1. And the D7 is a 4-string chord, so my thumb moves to the 4th string, and again my fingers keep playing those same 3 strings. This is what this Pima pattern sounds like in a chord progression. So we have G, E minor, C, D7, P, I, M, A, That basic Pima pattern is in quarter notes, but you can double the speed and play eighth notes instead. So that's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So Pima was 1, 2, 3, 4. Double speed 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And since you're playing double the speed, you play through the pattern twice in each measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now if you have 2 chords in a single measure, you'll play through the pattern once per chord. One and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If you check the description below, you'll find a link to my free downloads page. Of course, you can download anything on that page that you want, but you may especially want to check out the Open Chord Diagrams PDF and the Rhythm Guitar Reference PDF. The Open Chord Diagram PDF is a page of chords to help get you started, and the Rhythm Guitar Reference has chords plus a ton of strumming and fingerstyle patterns, including the patterns we're looking at in this video. In the Pima pattern, you play one finger at a time. This next pattern involves a double stop, or 2 fingers at a time. To play this pattern on an E minor, you'll play P, I, and then M-A together, and then I. Like the basic Pima pattern that we looked at earlier, you're playing on beats 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the pattern takes up one measure of 4/4 time, and we're doing that double stop with our A and our M fingers on beat 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where the double stop is. And as before, if it's a 6-string chord, your thumb plays a 6th string. Same on the G. If it's a 5-string chord like the C, your thumb plays the 5th string. And if it's a 4-string chord, your thumb plays on the 4th string. Here's what this pattern sounds like in a chord progression. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can also play this one double speed. So again, the regular pattern is quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double the speed. We have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So since you're playing double speed, you're going to play through the pattern twice in each measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And if you have 2 chords in a single measure, you'll play through the pattern once per chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If you check out this playlist that's popping up, you'll find lessons in strumming and fingerstyle patterns in 3/4 time and 4/4 time, as well as alternating bass notes, advice on speeding up your chords, and plenty more. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with more guitar tips.